Hi there guys, this is Joey and this is the Witchy vlog for the Elder Ruis Ogham and my experiences with it. The meanings are in the connecting video, but to quickly recap: passing of old cycles, renewal, knowledge gained from experience moving forward, shedding bad habits, transformation. Okay, just having a look through the meanings because we went into some detail in the connecting video, and that's all available in the connecting video with the drawing if you wish to have a look at that. Okay, at the beginning of the week I came across a beautiful image of the Elder Mother, die Mannfrau Hollander, with a crescent moon on her brow, deep blue, almost ravenesque dress, and the leaves and flowers white in her hair. I noted here that white used to be a death colour, and it's odd that modern associations here probably give the colour associated with elder as black because of the death imagery, the ending of cycles. Instead, I'm feeling that blue, and very dark blue, like the shimmer of a raven or crow wing and the berries, and white, as above, feel more in tune with the energies of Elder, which is how the spell cauldron came out in the centre there. And white and blue and black became prominent throughout the week, and I was pretty sure of it at the beginning of the week. So then there was the information about Rhiannon, and now the Celtic sort of, I don't know how I put it, the Celtic calling videos where I discuss a goddess or a god from the Celtic pantheon each week have sort of become inextricably linked with the Ogham. Like the energies are matching up every week, and it's not a coincidence, it's, you know, because it's all part and parcel of the same path working, everything is connected. So if you haven't seen the Rhiannon video, the connections there are to do with sovereignty, transformation, sort of keeping your grace and your cool through difficult life changes, through challenges. She has a moon aspect as well, and horses. As well as talking about her role as a death goddess as well as a life goddess, that balance, and dream working. The night after that I dreamt quite vividly. This is quite funny in some respects. I dreamt last night of being part of a game show type thing, working behind the scenes. There was something about male bodybuilder types. I'm not entirely sure what the competition aspect was, but there were bodybuilders about. I walked in on one of the contestants, a youngish, late 20s, early 30s, I don't know, blonde man. He was muscular, but not to the point of like full-on bodybuilder, like he was in training. And he was butt naked, stretching. And he had his legs over himself, so I didn't see anything. I later made a joke on the show saying he had a small penis, but I hadn't seen it. It turned out the blonde guy was the nicest guy ever, and I judged him harshly and unfairly, being mean to him because I thought he was an arse. A girl I knew from school was around the show also, being all mean girl as usual and flirting heavily with him, and I remember him asking her to remove her hand from his shoulder. The dream sort of moved on, like a lot of time was passing with us saying hi and not much else until the finals of the show. But before he was about to go on, I apologised and told him what a great guy he was, and I hoped that he won the show. As the interviewer asked him about his final challenge, he said, "I'm doing this for a beautiful lady in the audience who wants me to win," and looked at me. Turned out that in spite of everything, he'd loved me from the start. It was a weird one and very, very vivid, and bodybuilders aren't really my thing at all. But I think the dream was more about not judging someone. There's a few quotes here which are poignant, I guess. What lies before us and what lies behind us are small matters compared to what lies within us, and when you bring what is within out into the world, miracles happen. Henry David Thoreau. Do not tolerate disrespect even from yourself. Don't copy, compete with, or compare yourself to others. Their path is not your path, nor should it be. Everyone has a unique gift to offer. What is yours? Mary Frances Winters. I came across these next two and I love them. Now let us go and do this thing that death to us shall bring, the dance of heaven, dance of hell, the dance that mortals dance so well, and when you take your final breath, you know you've danced the dance of death. Tim Vale. May my heart be brave, my mind fierce, and my spirit free. Women on Fire. Another very vivid dream about a certain individual trying to ruin me, so I'm guessing that's a warning. Sometimes I feel sad about loyalty, the lack of it in modern times, group herd mentalities. Perhaps it is time to shed those who do this, or take a step back about caring from them. Is it better to know? I think it must be, even if it hurts. It was a tough day yesterday. And then the following thing sort of showed up on Facebook not long after. Whoever's trying to bring you down is already below you. Received my herbs the following day. One that I had decided to try and work with was red clover. Love marriage, calling your lover, fidelity, protection, sprinkle around the house to remove negative spirits and hexes, add to bath water to aid in financial arrangements. And Stormy told me it was for anxiety as well, which is awesome. Excuse me. This week has been a lot about rejecting herd group mentality, refusing to have my behaviour dictated, and not to be defined by conforming. The woman who follows the crowd will usually go no further than the crowd. The woman who walks alone is likely to find herself in places no one has ever been before. Einstein. Weird experience coming back from the neighbouring town, and knew innately in my mind that I would see horses. Now, that can be based on sort of previous experiences that I've seen horses quite a lot, and I did. I also saw crows dancing in the air and a hare run across the road. While on the way back I was thinking about what it would be like to run a farm, feed chickens, etc. And then I saw a hen at the side of the road as if in someone's garden, and it was just so out of place. It was bizarre even, and I was like, that's a little bit weird that I almost manifested a hen. I was thinking about it, I was connecting to that energy, and then there was one there. So I looked up some of the totems of hare, which was very vivid, running across in front of me, and hen. So hare is connected to the earth and the moon. The gestation period of hare is 28 days, the same as the lunar cycle, and the full moon was approaching. Hare teaches us to reach for our dreams and not let anything get in our path. The hare is often an independent, solitary animal that lives alone. In modern society, the loners of the world are often frowned upon, but history has proved these types of people to be invaluable, and they should feel a sense of pride within themselves. Unlike rabbits, they cannot be tamed. They appear to people who like to run free. Also associated with witches' magic, the ability to walk between worlds and connect with the other world. Also is nearly Ostara. And the hare imagery is often obviously connected with new beginnings and things to do with Ostara. The hen is about fertility, balance between stubborn and outgoing, and teaching us not to be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone. lends enthusiasm to new ventures and bursts of energy. Potential where you least expect it. My partner took me to get a few crystals because I'd had a bad few days, and I felt very drawn to garnet, which I think may actually go into next week's energies, a smoky quartz point, and particularly a rubellite in aquamarine. Rubellite is also known as pink tourmaline. A very positive crystal that brings peace, balance and calm. Important healing crystal, brings energy up from the solar plexus to the heart and throat chakras. Gently opens, calms and lights up the heart chakra, releasing the emotions attached to illness or injury. Aquamarine is the stone of courage, giving calming energies to reduce stress and strength to deal with new and difficult situations. Garnet is for self-confidence, protection, utilizing creative forces, grounds the spiritual on the earthly plane, sensual primordial fire, the creation of world from chaos, purification, love, stone of strong, intense feelings. Also this week I received beautiful crystals and a book from Sharon. Her support and friendship have been invaluable. And I made a video about the properties of the crystal she sent, and the Apache tears were particularly prominent within the spell work. The Triskel showed up again in my dream, and as I was thinking about incorporating it into my spell work, I actually saw the symbol of it within my coffee, which was a bit bizarre. Like the coffee sort of milk swirling together, and it looked like one. I was like, I'll take that as a yes. The Triskel, if I wiggle about you can see the Triskel there. The camera will probably go nuts now. Is a symbol of life, death and rebirth, the cycles, creation, preservation and destruction. Okay. So I mentioned the colour magic for Elder at the beginning of the video, and it came into the spell work, blue, black and white. Blue is for healing, communication, creativity, integrity, calm, truth, loyalty, justice, leadership and clear thinking. Black is for reflecting negativity, grounding, stability, mystery, the other world and the end of cycles. Purification. White is for purification, innocence, purity, spirituality, acceptance, inner balance and peace. However, white used to be the death colour, so I did mention this in the spell work video, but to me it's interesting how it's come full circle and represents now sort of life, the beginning. For me that's its element of rebirth, so close to the element of death, and the cycles all being innately connected, a circle and inescapably intertwined. For the purpose of this, I was using white as a sort of beginning colour, blue as a sort of middle life colour, and black as the end colour. The stones that were used in my Triskel of Transformation spell were aquamarine, which we've already discussed the properties of, the Apache tears for healing, protection in difficult situations and grounding, white howlite calms the mind, emotions and self-awareness, creativity and helps stop procrastination, blue lace agate, support in stressful situations, removes old blockages, bad habits. Spot the theme! Snowflake obsidian, balance, grounding, allows us to be grounded yet imaginative. Snow or milk quartz, healing, peace, deep inner wisdom. And the herb was vervain, transformation, purification, peace, protection, healing, love and money. The colours and the herbs through the spell, and indeed are innately linked to Elder, are to help one transition through life cycles and change. Each of the energies of the crystals, and indeed the herb, were about giving emotional, mental and physical support to support me through any changes that were coming my way, through cycles, to keep myself balanced. So then there's a spell work which you can see in the other video. Sorry guys, but came on this morning, Moonblood. It's also the full moon in Virgo. Full moon brings illumination to what has been in the shadows. As we move towards the equinox, we are reminded to find our balance and hold steady. Remember who you are. Stay in your heart and find that place of stillness within you, so that you can move forward and greet what comes your way with calm and compassion. From mysticmama.com. From Kathy Pagano, Wisdom of Astrology. We're still swimming in the dreamy waters of Pisces, so flip onto your back and let the moonlight bathe and soothe your soul and body. If you flowed with Pisces' watery energies, you might feel your life is dissolving into a new unity of spirit, and if you struggled against it, you might feel lost at sea. The Virgo moon tells us you belong to yourself. As much as you are part of a whole, you are also a unique drop in the ocean of consciousness. Ugh. What do you want to do with your drop? Self-knowledge, to know oneself, both light and dark, to accept ourselves. Then there was the following quote from Dr. Steve Maraboli. I am self-propelled, filled from within. I appreciate people's opinions, but I'm not attached to them. I learned along the way, give them the power to feed me. I also give them the power to starve me, which is a fantastic quote that Nadia shared. With the full moon, I'm going to work with the Triskel spell and the Rubelite in Aquamarine. From watching videos, the energies around at the minute and the general feel of the week, could say sense of self, balance of self, and shadow self is prominent. Individuality. Lyrics from No 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 Down Under have touched my soul this week, and the following, it's not the whole song, it's just bits from it. The moonlight is shown, I feel our walls are cracking, I hear the night is calling out, we are only what we feel, yearning for something real. In meditation, I saw a woman who looked to be painted from head to toe, completely white, with black crow eyes and lips, telling me to seek the balance. This morning, Emma Raven Noir posted a picture for me, Morrigan and the White Raven, and there were lots of crows nearby on the rooftops first thing this morning. White ravens in Ireland are a good omen, as well as representing the light in each person, the light which is carried within, as well as signs of something unexpected but welcome will happen. Also sacred to Branwen, Bran's sister, she similarly suffered ill treatment at the hands of others, like Rhiannon at the beginning of the week, and was similarly, eventually, through her trials and grace, restored to sovereignty. Related to that hidden light that animates our souls when we approach the journey. Branwen is goddess of beauty, love, and the earth, and represents the centre in the Avalonian tradition. Everything in the universe is within you. Ask all from yourself, Rumi. And finally, the poem for Elder this week, which I wrote. John Morris, 2014, all rights reserved. I am Ruis, I am the birth, but also the end, abundance and dearth. I am the rebirth, light and shade, nature's call to not be afraid. I am the cycles, that faithful leap, for all must wake and all must sleep. Wow, so the energies of Elder have been strong. Prominent, strong, beautiful. A lot of people apparently are quite afraid of Elder, and I really don't understand that. But then again, I guess people are quite often afraid of things which have death energies within them, and I have never been afraid of that because it's just an innate part of the Morrigan and part of the cycle of life. This week has been about individuality, about the sense of self, about the balance of self in light and dark, light and shadow, however you want to put it, and with the full moon coming through and the energies of that, you are unique. There's been a lot of that around, not just for me but for other people, about examining what makes us us. I had it come under threat again, mid to late week, with people scavenging off my creativity, leeching. And it makes us examine why it bothers us when people threaten our individuality, as well as going through lessons about herd mentality was strong for me this week, and not just doing what it took to fit in the crowd, rather embracing myself as an individual, as a person, and allowing myself the freedom to step back and say, if I don't want to be a part of something which I consider to be detrimental to myself, to others, then I'm not going to be a part of that. I'm going to be myself, even if it means being myself by myself. Inner knowledge, light and dark and balance. There has to be a balance with this, of course. And for the balance of me walking away and not being part of things which are detrimental, I also have to remember to celebrate people who are supportive and friendly and honest. And I did make sure I engaged in that, honouring those and giving thanks for those who aren't duplicitous, who have, are honest and stand by me and are friendly. And thank goodness for a couple of them in particular. The energies this week have also extended to other people that I know, of examining balance and imbalance within themselves. That's their stories, so I'm not going to share that information, but it's been happening to people around me as well as me. As well as strong energies of making people look at themselves and who they want to be, and how important is it to fit in, really. And for some people it's the be all and end all, and for other people it brings into sharp relief who they are again, stepping back and not being part of something negative just to be part of a group. The hair totem brings that into sharp relief. I've never had the hair totem show up to me ever. I've got the sort of hair imagery for the Astara and touch on it a little bit for Astara, so of course the energies are there for Astara coming up. But to have one run in front of me, never happened. Never happened before. And the fact that it happened this week, and it's about solitary living, about being wild and untamable, is so connected, is so perfect, is so what is happening right now. It's unbelievable. The energies of this Ogham have been through the roof. And one of my favourite quotes, which I will finish with, which basically I think the whole thing resonates towards, is, "You were wild once. Don't let them tame you." Many blessings.